They came to talk Syria, but the Jamal Khashoggi case was never far from the surface. As the four European leaders gathered after their Istanbul meeting, Turkey's president again demanded those responsible for his killing should face trial in his country.
This crime took place in Istanbul. If Saudi Arabia is not going to put these people on trial, the Turkish judiciary can do that here in Istanbul and through our Ministry of Justice.
Jamal Khashoggi disappeared after visiting the Saudi consulate in Istanbul earlier this month. Initially, the Saudis denied he'd left the building, but under growing international pressure, they admitted they had killed the writer and US resident in what they described as a fight gone wrong. European leaders insist Saudi Arabia faces a coordinated sanctions campaign when the results of all the investigations are known.
Once we know who is behind this deed and what the links are, we will strive to have a joint European reaction to show we act from a common base of values.
For me, things are clear. Firstly, some of the facts have been established. We must fully investigate the nature of these facts and who's responsible. Sanctions must be taken on this basis, and these sanctions must be coherent and complete and be extremely concrete and proportional. It will depend on the facts as they are established, and the sanctions will be taken at a European level, as we usually do, so that there is true coordination.
The chief Saudi prosecutor will arrive in Istanbul in the coming hours. It's thought he'll outline for the Turkish authorities the case against 18 Saudis currently being held there in connection with the Khashoggi killing. But he's also expected to face pressure to extradite them here to Turkey, where the offence took place. Earlier, Saudi's foreign minister ruled out any extradition.
On the issue of extradition, the individuals are Saudi nationals. They're detained in Saudi Arabia. The investigation is in Saudi Arabia, and they will be prosecuted in Saudi Arabia.
At the same conference, the US Defense Secretary said the Khashoggi killing undermined security across the region.
Failure of any one nation to adhere to international norms and the rule of law undermines regional stability at a time when it is needed most.
Turkey is growing frustrated with Saudi Arabia. Despite public commitments to help any investigation, they still don't know where Jamal Khashoggi's body is and who was the mystery local cooperator, as the Saudis described him, who helped dispose of the body, and does he really exist? All questions the Saudi prosecutor will have to answer when he sits down face to face with his Turkish counterpart. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Istanbul.